Hi, my name is Jamie Hodge. I'm with Guild Mortgage. I'd like to briefly explain an incredible program through the City of Arlington for first-time home buyers. This is a program that, if you meet the program criteria or guidelines, the City of Arlington will grant you $7,500 to $10,000 in down payment and closing cost assistance for your home purchase. There are certain criteria to meet the guidelines. Number one is that you need to be a first-time home buyer. Or, for that matter, if you have not owned a home within the last 3 years, you could also be eligible for the program. In other words, if you owned a home for 10 years and sold it 3.5 years ago, you would still be considered a first-time home buyer under the program guidelines. There's also income limitations. It's for moderate income purchasers. Your income can exceed certain amounts based on the number of family members who occupy the property. The more family members, the higher the income limits are. In other words, if your income does exceed the guidelines, then unfortunately you wouldn't be eligible. Once we do your lender pre-qualification, we can determine that your income is or is not within those guidelines. Also, too, there's liquid asset limits, and by that, the liquid assets in your checking accounts, savings accounts, can exceed $15,000. This does not count 401k or retirement account plans, just liquid assets like in your checking, savings, money market accounts, etc. One of the really neat requirements is that your total investment, including everything, to purchase a house can be as little as $1,000. And just to put that in proper perspective, most of you will get approved for FHA financing. That's the predominant loan in today's market. FHA requires a down payment of 3.5% of the sales price. So let's say, for example, you bought a home for $100,000. 3.5% of the $100,000 is $3,500. And on top of that, you'd still need to negotiate for the seller to pay your closing costs. So the least amount you could get in would be $3,500. You buy that same house using these funds, your minimum investment's only $1,000. So you can see the potential significant difference in your out-of-pocket expenses to purchase a home. The type of loan that we associate with these funds, 90% of the time is going to be an FHA. If you're a veteran, we can go VA, but most of you are going to be FHA borrowers. FHA does have, now even though it's FHA, it doesn't mean you have the 3.5% down. You still only have to invest $1,000 with the FHA loan. But FHA, as far as credit score requirements, all the other credit requirements, is much more flexible in other loan programs. It's a fixed rate, competitive rate, and overall, in the 28 years I've been in this industry, most of my buyers have always closed FHA. Property condition. The city does a very thorough, detailed inspection on the property. Any issues as far as condition have to be addressed and completed and repaired by the seller before you can close on the transaction. As I see that, that's a positive in the sense that it does protect you, the purchaser, as far as closing on a property in good condition. Types of properties: single family, you can get duplexes, condos, but no fourplexes, or commercial property. Okay, home buyers education. This is also, I think, a really significant benefit to first-time home buyers. There's a really thorough, pretty extensive home buying education classes that you'll be required to take to get a certificate. This will help prepare you for success in the home buying process. It educates you on responsibilities of homeownership, proper budgeting, the closing process. This will give you insight and give you confidence for buying a home. Closing times. Typically, a traditional type closing time is anywhere from 30 to 40 days. However, we do have to get approval through the city for your funds and also get your traditional lender approval. Typical time to close is normally around 60 days. It could be a little longer, it could be a little shorter. However, if it means that you can get in for $1,000, you're going to get $7,500 to $10,000 in monies that you can use for your closing costs or your down payment. The property is going to be in good working order. You get the education. To me, the extra 30 days to close is well worth the time and investment. It is subject, these funds are subject to you meeting all the program criteria and guidelines through the City of Arlington, meeting Guild Mortgage underwriting guidelines and program criteria, and also availability of the funds themselves. These funds through the city are on a first come, first served basis. If this is something that you have interest in and want to get more information, feel free to go to the city's website for this program. That's www.tchp.net. If this is something you want to pursue further, Guild Mortgage is one of the principals that works with the city. The first step would be to get your lender pre-qualification. We're the ones who get the paperwork to the city, we're the conduit, and we work with the city on your behalf to get you these funds. So one of the first steps would be to complete your pre-approval or your pre-application. You can do that online to go into www.guildmortgage.net/ and my name, Jamie Hodge, and there's an application that you complete online. You can call me and we can get you pre-qualified over the phone by calling my cell number, 682-552-5546. Also, feel free to call me at any time if you have any questions or want more information about the program itself. We do look forward to the opportunity to assist you. It's been a pleasure, and good luck in your home hunting process. Thank you.